Hello everyone and welcome to part 4 of CBT session 1. If you've watched all the others, you'll know that in part 1 we talked about the adrenaline response and the physical sensations that you may feel and what actually anxiety is, why we do feel that way. In part 2 we discussed the behaviours that we may experience from that. In part 3 was the triggers and what certain things we avoid and how we should overcome that. And in this one, we're going to discuss what you should do, what you should do when you're feeling anxious and everything. So I'll jump straight into it. So, what to do when we feel anxious? First of all, stop. Don't let them thoughts spiral. Don't let them thoughts take you out of control. You've got to get control. We need to start having control of our own minds, feelings, thoughts, behaviours. So stop. Stop whatever you're doing. Stop. Pause. Take some breaths. Take some nice, slow breaths. No deep breathing or anything. It's not necessary. Just nice, slow breaths. I'm going to do my next video. I'm going to do some breathing tips and everything. So that might be a useful one if you're feeling excessively anxious or anything. But just for now, just nice, slow breathing. Don't react automatically. To recover from anxiety, we've got to be in control. And this is where like mindfulness and everything comes on, like the next level, the next step. Because we need to be present. If we're just in autopilot, our thoughts are wandering, what I call a monkey mind, just nah. If you're not in control, anxiety is never going to leave. So we've got to get control, we've got to be in control. So we're not going to react automatically anymore. We're gonna be there. We're going to be there with our thoughts and feelings. We're going to be aware of them and we're going to react to them. We're going to conquer them. So what am I reacting to? What is it that I think is going to happen? What's the worst and the best that could happen? What's more likely to happen? Am I getting things out of proportion? How important is this really? And how important will it be in 6 months' time? You'll have been in a situation, many of us have, where you worry. And you look back now at something that you've worried about over the last couple of days. In 6 months' time, why the heck was I worried about that? We've all done it. We've all done it. It's just when it gets out of hand that it becomes a problem. Am I overestimating the danger? Am I underestimating my ability to cope with the danger? Am I mind reading what others might be thinking? This is a big one. I'll go into some sessions later where I give examples of this on what we should try and do to control that. So I won't go into them now because it makes the videos far too long. These are just little snippets. You're going to have to follow the journey. It's a big journey. Am I mind reading what others might be thinking? Am I believing that I can predict the future? None of us can. Is there any way of looking at this? Is there another way of looking at this? Is it fact or opinion? That's a big one. That's a big one. Again, we'll go into more of that as you follow the journey. Do keep following the journey, please, because as we go through the journey, there'll be a lot of it that does nothing for you. There'll be bits of it that do, and it's them bits that you've got to focus on, not the whole thing. Just write down any notes as you go through. That's handy. Write it all down. You can watch this as many times as you want over time. Write the little bits down, and there's some of this that worked for me and some of it that didn't. Everybody's journey is different. So this is another good advice. What advice would I give to someone else in this situation? And this is why I put on the group quite a lot. Talk to yourself like you would a friend going through this. If somebody you loved, or talk to someone. Self-talk, like I mentioned in the last few videos. Talk to yourself compassionately. Don't get a grip and all this lot. Talk yourself through slowly and compassionately. Be kind to yourself. This is you. This is your life. Love yourself. Be kind to yourself. You owe it to yourself. You're doing your best and you're having a struggle. Talk to yourself kindly, but talk yourself through with facts. Am I putting excessive pressure on myself? We're all guilty of this. Just because I feel bad doesn't mean things really are bad. What do I want or need from the person or the situation? And what do they want or need from me? And is there a compromise, whatever the situation may be? Is there a middle line where everybody can be happy? What would be the consequences of responding the way I usually do? Is there another way of dealing with this? What would be the most helpful and effective action to take for me, for the situation, and for others? Visualize yourself coping in the situation you feel anxious about. So how would you like it to come out? And see the situation to a successful completion. So this is it. That's what we should be doing when we're anxious. We should question ourselves, write all these questions out, or print this off. I'll put this sheet there, and it's literally just from there to there. I'll put this on the group. Print it off, have it with you, like the physical sensations. It may all help if you have it with you, and then you can run over it anytime. But question yourself, question what's going on. You know, don't just let your thoughts run away anymore. Got to stop. Stop, take action. Nice breaths, nice slow breathing. I'm going to do a video on breathing. So yeah, I will just give a few. We're only 6 minutes here, so I'll just give a few. So what we want to be doing, if you're really anxious, extremely anxious, panicking all the time, you want to be inhaling 4, holding for 6, and exhaling for 8. The numbers aren't really important. You'll see 4, 6, 7, 4, 6, 8, 5, 5, all that. If you're extremely anxious, when you're extremely anxious, the important bit is that your exhale is twice as long as your inhale. So in through the nose, hold, and then out through your mouth. With breathing exercises, put your hand on your chest and your hand on your stomach. It's the one on your stomach you want to be moving. When you inhale, the hand on your chest shouldn't move. Now, if you do this and you find that it's always your chest going in and out, practice. Don't say, oh, I can't do this, I can't do this. I did that. Don't. Believe me, this feels impossible when you first do it. I got so confused with this. I got so frustrated. I can't do this breathing and everything, you know. I was sat there and my chest was going up and down and I couldn't change it. I just couldn't change it. I couldn't breathe properly. In the end, just breathe, just nice and slowly, not deep breaths or anything. In 4, hold, and exhale. Another thing I struggled with was holding for that amount of time, for the 6 seconds. Don't worry. Just nice and slow. In 4, hold for up to 6, or say whatever you can manage, and exhale 8. It's not a problem. The fact is you're calming down. It's better than and all this, and you know, just calm down. So nice and slow. Imagine you're blowing a balloon up inside your belly. If you can do it, it's great. If you can't, don't worry. It'll start to come. Just keep practicing. I found with the belly breathing, I could not do it at all. Now I belly breathe all the time, but I found that I could not do this when I started, and it really helped laying down, hand on chest, hand on belly, and nice slow breathing. And eventually it came, and like I say, I used it, and it worked. For the people that say I can't concentrate on my breathing, it makes me more anxious, that happened to me as well. Practice. Honestly, practice. It's all you've got right now. It's with you all the time. They used to say breathe into bags and things like that. The reason I've stopped all that is because if you get used to breathing into bags, and then one day you go out and you haven't got a bag, you're going to be in a right mess. So your breathing is something that's with you all the time. It's there. Learn to use it as a tool. Get your breathing right. Get your breathing nice and calm. Don't worry if you feel sensations. They're not a problem anymore, because while you're breathing, if you feel funny sensations like your heart beating or anything, you know why. Because we've been through it. And we know that physical sensations are all because the adrenaline's going around our body. So we just tell ourselves that. And eventually we're talking our mind into calm. It will come. It doesn't come overnight. I'd say the breathing took me 3 days just to get to where I was breathing. I'm thinking, oh, I'm making a difference here. I'm calming down. I'd say it took a week I was doing this from morning to night, bearing in mind I was room bound. I wasn't doing anything else around the house or anything. So bear that in mind. I'd say it took me a week to really recognise that I was slowing my thoughts down. Everything was becoming a little bit calmer. Like I say, I was extremely anxious. I was panicking all the time. And I'd say it took a week to say, oh, my panic attacks are calming down. But it does all come. It takes practice. It really does. Please don't give up. Please, please, please don't give up. You will do this. But yeah, for those that say I can't focus on my breath and everything, I thought that. I really did. I thought that. I had that feeling. I gave up and don't, because just practice. It's there. It's natural. It's what we have naturally, our breathing. All we have to do is get it right again, get it calm again. But at the moment, we're breathing to our anxieties. We're breathing faster than we should be because we've got this heightened adrenaline. And we need to slow that down. And the only thing that's going to slow that down is breathing. People say, distract yourself, go and draw. Yeah, great. They're great in short term, but they are just behaviours. They're just avoidances. Unless you can learn to sit on a chair and really do nothing and be calm, you're not beating anxiety. You're coping, you're managing. And we don't want to cope, we don't want to manage, we want to beat it. And believe me, you can beat it. Believe me, I know some people think, oh, I'm not bloody listening to him anymore. He says I can beat this and I've got this for life and it's the way it is. I hope not, because I beat it. And I know lots of people that have beat it as well. So you can beat it, but breathing, some say that breathing isn't important. Breathing is our body. It's with us everywhere. If we can keep calm with breathing, we can keep calm anywhere, any situation. If you enter a situation where you're feeling scared, feeling intimidated, whether it be on a dentist chair or anything, if you can use your breath to calm down, you can be calm anywhere. So you don't need a colouring book. You don't need a stress ball. You don't need your garden. You've got your breath. And to be able to get calm from your breath, honest to God, it changes your life. I promise you. And all the things you're thinking, hopefully you're thinking positive things, but if you are thinking negative things towards what I'm saying, I understand, because I've been there. But all I'd say is don't give up. Please don't give up. Please. Just follow the journey. Follow the journey till the end. And if nothing is making a difference, then write to me and tell me I'm a pillock. But trust me, it works. It will work. So yeah, that's it for now. I hope you watch all the 4 parts and I hope something has helped there. If there are any questions or anything I can help with, anything you'd like me to cover, let me know and I'll cover it. If I can, if I can, I'll cover it. And yeah, that's all it is really. But just try to calm down. Just try to take some time. Don't rush around. Try to keep busy to avoid anxiety, because it'll come and bite you in the backside. Believe me, it will. How many times you've been rushing around for your day, oh, I've not had anxiety today, then you sit down at night, you get on your settee and bang, it hits you. That's why. Whereas if you start the day in control and slow down through the day, but be in control, as time goes on, you will beat anxiety. So good luck, take care, be kind to yourself, and I'll do some more videos soon. CBT session 2. All right, brilliant. Take care. Look after yourselves. Bye bye.